And we are live. Welcome to Today in Black America.
What's up,
How's everybody
everybody?
doing? You eating fries?
I'm
Give me some
stuffing my
fries.
face.
What kind of fries you got? What we
Both.
got? We got seasoned fries. We got
It was
seasoned
too
fries. What we
salty.
got going on? How you
I
gonna
have my
eat
own
and not
salted.
share? How you
Uh,
gonna eat and not share?
I mean, you had some croissants earlier.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. But you know how hot fries are, though. I know you said they salty, but you know how hot fries are. Like
Well, no,
you.
I had to switch to not, no salt. It was too salty.
Oh, okay, okay.
Unless it was just that first one. It was just like real, This is high blood pressure, stroke, cardiac arrest
Right,
type levels. Yeah,
right. Trying to stroke out on the fries. Okay.
yeah. I ain't trying to do that. So
Right.
I had them say,
Hey.
hey, give me something else, please, because this is too salty. One
Yeah.
time,
And
white
so
people want to use damn seasoning. They put a lot of
the
salt
one
on
the one time. The one time.
it.
They're trying to kill a black man, trying to kill you,
Yeah,
huh?
they was trying to kill my big ass. Yeah.
Right. High blood pressure, stroke. Like, wait a minute. Let me get my blood pressure monitor out.
But how about not eat that shit anyway? Mm,
I mean, yeah,
healthy
I
food
get it.
choices.
I get it. I mean, but everybody loves fries. I know I do.
I'm a little bit messed up today, driving wise. I had tinted my windshield, and I can't put the phone holder, so I'm a little messed up, guys.
Okay. No problem. Let's go
So
ahead
I
and get it
might,
popping then.
honestly, I might just have to sit where I'm at after I get this gas and just do the show, and then I just do my delivery.
Okay, we're gonna keep it brief then. Let's go ahead and get it popping so you can do what you have to do. And first, we want to talk about this U.S. Ukraine mineral deal. And
They
it's
shouldn't have did
always
it.
about money, right? It's
Hmm.
always about money. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
And we made a deal where our money is secure, where we can uh, start digging and doing what we have to do. It's also good for them because you'll have American presence at the site, Chris, and the American presence will, I think, keep a lot of bad actors out of the country or certainly out of the area where we're doing the digging.
But the agreement does not provide explicit U.S. security guarantees that Ukraine has been demanding. Money from the investment fund can be used to pay for new military aid to Ukraine. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs has ended a mortgage rescue program for veterans. NPR's Quill Lawrence reports housing industry
Yeah. Okay. So what are you thinking about that deal?
Ukraine shouldn't have signed it. At no point should they have done it.
Do you think that they
Donald
were
Trump,
kind of strong armed?
they weren't strong armed. They were duped.
Okay. Do you think it was a condition of U.S. support?
Yes, and we
Okay.
know Donald Trump is not going to honor his end of the deal. So they got duped. But what that's going to expose the United States to is European attacks.
Yeah. Interesting. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happened. But speaking of attacks,
Hold
somebody,
on. That veteran thing. Play that, please. The
the
veteran
veteran thing.
mortgage rescue. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
thousands of vets and their families will face foreclosure.
The Department of Veterans Affairs set up the VA Service Purchase Program, or VASP, to correct an error with the home loan program during the Biden administration that left tens of thousands of veterans facing foreclosure through no fault of their own. In the less than 6 months it was up and running, VA says VASP saved at least 17,000 veterans from losing their homes.
Are you
But
serious? It
Republicans
was
in
running?
Congress oppose VASP because it has VA buy up the troubled loans. There is a bill in the House to replace it with a different program, but there's no saying
Hmm?
when that might make it into law. The VA has now
I
ended
know. That's
VASP
just
despite
like
groups like the Mortgage Bankers
you off. You
Association
got your phone.
warning it would lead to thousands of foreclosures. Quill Lawrence, NPR News.
A federal judge has ruled that big tech company Apple has violated a court.
So what do you think about
A
that
lot of
program?
veterans who voted for Trump, who might get messed up, um, who might get messed up, will definitely feel it because their asses voted for him. So I feel for them, not
Yeah.
because they voted for him as a veteran, yes, but I don't feel for their stupidity or their ignorance. That
It's-
program is definitely important for those who might come into a serious situation. Let's say a situation where they're getting disability, right?
Mhm.
And they get a little Social Security, so they might be at $3,000-4,000 a month. Their
Mhm.
mortgage might be whatever it is, and they gotta help a family member, or because some people feel like they're obligated to help certain family members, and that puts them into a situation where they don't take care of their home, and they might fall so behind that that mortgage rescue program was there for them, and you don't have that safety net no more. What if a
Right.
lender, because of all the consumer protections that's been gone, like myself, right? Let's just say my lender decides they want to arm me, give me an arm, which is predatory. I would have
Yeah.
to file a lawsuit against them. But what if they decide to do it against somebody who don't know a little better than I would, or somebody else who don't know better? Then they could take advantage of that person, put them into a financial distress and hardship where they can't pay their mortgage. Their mortgage balloon from 1,000 to maybe 5,000. They only get 3,000 a month
Right.
because they voted for jackass. Now they don't have that protection no more. So you get what you vote for.
I'm surprised that so many veterans voted for him, honestly. It's a lot of
Stupidity,
your
ignorance, and a
fellow
lot of them are.
comrades who have
Um,
voted for him.
I said, a lot of them are sons of the Confederacy, so their ignorance is a bliss.
Got you. Got you. Well, let's talk about this next story here. This story here it's like an incredible mistake, and somebody is going to be in a whole lot of trouble, like $70 million worth of trouble.
And we are tracking some
Ooh.
breaking news here. The U.S. Navy is saying that an F/A-18 fighter jet has rolled off of an aircraft carrier and sunk to the bottom of the Red Sea. Navy officials are saying the crew lost control of the $70 million jet as it was being towed out of a hangar on the USS Harry Truman, and that the aircraft and the tractor that was one of them suffering a minor injury. Officials are blaming this on human error. Investigation right now is underway, and the aircraft
that seem to be having some problems on my end. Was it problems on your end too?
Very much so.
Could you hear the story? Okay.
Somewhat.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, so with that particular story, I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, but with that particular story, $70 million jet rolls off aircraft carrier, boom, into the Red Sea. 2 people, 1 minor injury. 2 people that were involved in that were not managed to escape, thankfully. But that's a major problem.
Hmm.
How is it? I mean, like, I'm like, was it not secured? Was it not? I don't know. It sounds like a problem that a $70 million problem that I would not want to have.
Correct. I've never been on the ship. Never
Okay.
been on a Navy ship. So I can't tell you how those procedures, especially an aircraft carrier, um,
Yeah.
it runs a little differently with them. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's just say they need to find the plane before somebody else do and see what technology is in that plane. Fuck all this. Who's to blame? All that stuff. The main priority is to recover the plane so the technology that's in it is not discovered. That's it.
Yeah, I would imagine they're probably guarding that area. I mean, that particular area they're worried about it being in Yemen, and they're worried about some of the folks in that area, particular region, infiltrating that. So I would imagine that won't be an issue.
No,
So yeah, that
but
was.
somebody's getting court-martialed over it though, and it's
I
going
can
to
imagine.
shit. Let's put it like this: shit rolls downhill.
Yeah, I can imagine somebody's going to be what in military jail or federal jail, military
No,
jail
they
or
go.
whatever.
No, they're not gonna go to jail for that. Reduction in
Okay.
rank, loss of pay, but I don't see them going to jail for that. That was that was really just a mistake, but a lot of safety protocols and some protocols was not put in place. Maybe it was a MAGA sailor that did it. So let's just hope it was somebody that's in the MAGA party that did that.
Yeah, I don't want to owe them $7, much less 70 million. So
Hmm
yeah,
He can't. Nobody can pay for that. Ain't no way a
yeah,
man can pay for
exactly.
that unless Elon Musk's rich.
Right, right. And even him, they would not make him pay for it, right? So
Well, Daddy Trump going to give him a pardon.
for sure, for sure. Speaking of Donnie, speaking of the wig, as I call him, we have some
Hmm
news about some approval ratings and what Americans are thinking about his performance.
Validated by every major poll that has been done, heading toward the 100 days benchmark this week. New Washington Post, ABC News Ipsos poll. Do you approve or disapprove of Donald Trump? Disapprove by a 16-point margin. Do you approve or disapprove of Elon Musk? Ooh, look at that. Disapprove by a 22-point margin. Yikes. Do you approve or disapprove of Donald Trump's handling of immigration? Disapprove by a 7-point margin. Do you approve or disapprove of Trump's managing of the federal government? Disapprove by a 15-point margin. Is Donald Trump looking out for the interests of average Americans? No, by a 17-point margin. Do you approve of Trump deporting international students who have criticized U.S. policy in the Middle East? No. Disapprove by a 20-point margin. Do you approve of Trump's handling of the economy? No. 22-point margin. Do you approve of Trump's relations with other countries? No. 23-point margin. Do you approve of Trump's cutting environmental regulations for oil and gas drilling? No, not at all. By a 24-point margin. Trump.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut it short there because I'm having technical difficulties. Are you surprised at those numbers? Those approval ratings are not good. Not at all.
Not one bit.
Hopefully people remember that, come midterms.
They get amnesia. They get amnesia at the polls. I asked for Arnold Palmer to give me fucking nice teeth.
But yeah, they're folks not gonna get selective amnesia like you said. But those numbers are not good for that man. Those numbers are not good at all.
That don't matter to him. That does not matter to him. He has his core audience.
He does. He has his cult, right? He has his cult.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. He's got his cult. So you got Bojangles. Where are the biscuits? No biscuits?
I just showed you one biscuit.
Oh, okay. I missed it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have a drink. You listen. You can't have a biscuit and no drink now.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
I have cotton mouth when I'm done.
Exactly. So, yeah, exactly. So let's keep it moving. We got another.
What we got
one.
going on, everybody? What we got going on, Tanisha?
Let's see what else we got going on. Hold on.
Who says that Amazon is looking to avoid the blame for raising prices as a result of President Trump's new tariffs. The e-commerce giant will begin displaying how much the tariffs are adding to the price of its good right next to the product list price. That's something we heard from Volkswagen as tariffs were announced, and I wouldn't be surprised to see lots of retailers kind of show you a line item of what exactly it's costing you because they don't want to be accused of gouging.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's
I'm
smart
going to remove
of
that
all
one
the
because,
retailers.
again, technical difficulty.
Mm-mm. Don't remove it.
Yeah.
We good. Play that. Play that.
Okay.
The head
Play
of
that
the
funky
key tech
video,
earnings and economic
Tanisha.
data that we're going to hear from this week. Joining us, Gabriela Santos is the chief
I
market
think
strategist.
that was the last of it. That was the last of it. But no, yeah, they're showing as a line item. Like this is a price, and this is a price with these tariffs as a line item. This is how much these tariffs are costing you. It's important information for people to know. For those who still do shop Amazon, it's important for you to know this is how much this thing is really costing you as you per item. It might be 20, it might have been 25, now it's 35.
Tanisha,
Mm-hmm.
those of us who got common sense knows what's going on. Those who why is this price being shown and all that bullshit what's in their head, that mega mind it is. Not mega mind, maga mind it is. They still won't know the freaking difference. They're gonna think
You're
Biden
right.
did that shit. So it doesn't even matter as explaining it to dummies. They need a
You're-
course. Terrorists for
you're right.
dummies.
You're right about that. You are right about that. They will
They're
blame.
gonna
They will
find a way to
blame
yeah.
it on Biden.
They probably gonna blame Obama. So if let them fuck around and let them watch.
It'll go back to Obama. Wow.
And this man haven't even been in office for damn 10 years already. So no.
Exactly. They'll find a way to blame somebody. But let's look at this next story. We kind of blowing through these, but let's look at this next story. This is something that you might this could affect the industry that you are in.
Has signed an executive order requiring truck drivers to speak English. The White House says it wants to improve safety on the roads by ensuring drivers can read and understand traffic signs, communicate with traffic safety officers, Border Patrol, and officials at checkpoints. The English requirement is already on the books, but due to a change made during the Obama administration, inspectors were not required to remove truck drivers from the road if they could communicate using interpreters or translation apps. Industry groups praised the executive order, while also admitting the full impact on truck drivers and the industry is unclear. In a statement, an advocacy group representing Sikh Americans said it is concerned the executive order could have a discriminatory impact on Sikh truck drivers and create unnecessary barriers to employment. According to one estimate, 150,000 Sikhs work in the U.S. trucking industry.
Okay, so what do you think? To me, it sounds like, if I can interject, while you eat your Bojangles, which looks very good, by the way. If I can just interject, to me, it sounds like what is the whole Border Patrol thing? What does that have to do with truck drivers? Like, are they trying to get some people to be like Homeland Security, like ICE?
Are front line for Homeland Security.
Yeah, I thought there was a shortage of truck drivers. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm not a truck driver.
I know, but I know you are not a truck driver, but you're familiar with the transportation industry.
Not really. I'm just familiar with what I do. I don't care what they do.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it to be smart towards you. I'm just saying, like, that don't affect me.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, affect those pockets of theirs because you come to America and you don't speak English, and you probably been here long enough to start learning English, and you choose not to. That's your damn problem.
I mean, yeah, but that can easily be something that could be easily done with a test when they're doing their truck driving test, right? But it just seems like they're trying to add some more stuff to what they already may have to do. Like, I would think that the only thing that they would need to be worried about is their particular loads, right? And driving safely. Like, what does Border Patrol would have to do with any of that other than their loads being checked, right, at the entry checkpoints?
Not every entry is what you think it is. Remember, I explained to you a couple of episodes ago that if you're in certain parts of Texas, Arizona, and California, you go through Border Patrol 75 miles away from the border.
Right.
And that's called the entry at that point. So, and New Mexico. So what I'm saying to you is this. Not every every entry is a port, harbor, a country line. Some of it is a further away. So that's where Border Patrol does their part. The police, on one hand, we already know Jim Crow with them. They already implementing Jim Crow with those drivers. And the same drivers that benefited off of black benefits are the same ones that turn their nose up at black people. And if they do, I'm not with you. I don't care for you.
Absolutely.
Don't care for you.
I hear you.
Because at the end of the day, you chose with your non-English speaking ass to vote for Donald Trump, Donald Jebediah Trump, and Donald Jebediah Trump is out here deporting your ass and fucking up your livelihood the way he can. So I don't feel sorry for them. Learn to speak some damn English. Learn to read English so you will understand how to drive on this road, because sometimes we come across some drivers that you be questioning their driving skills, like where they got their license from, because sometimes it's scary.
And I can understand that, but that's as simple as honestly requiring additional testing or other testing, and you can quickly weed out who can speak English and who is fluent in English and who isn't. I feel
It's a requirement to become a citizen. You have to speak English.
I know, but can't you? But and I understand that. But what I'm saying is, you have to. Most countries, you have to have a certain level, right?
That's me on
a basic level, basic fluency.
One
but
of my species.
When it comes to truck driving,
when it comes to truck driving,
I guess my question would be, number one, it would be an issue of like who is being hired, right? And that's like anything else. It can be stopped immediately if folks to stop it. They know when these companies know who they're hiring. They know who they're hiring.
Yes.
They know.
If I'm hiring my cousin, my wife's cousin, my cousin's cousin, and the booker is my auntie's cousin, daughter. I'm making a family business of it, so I don't have to speak English. I don't have to go through the proper channels. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're attacking independent drivers, independent contractors, people who solely go on these load boards and get these items themselves because they don't want to show. They don't have to show, but just a CDL. They don't have to show other documentations, probably, to prove that they're citizens.
I think we lost him. What happened? I think we lost him. We'll wait until he comes back. In the meantime, just talking about that particular executive order, I do think it's definitely interesting that it's an executive order. I don't believe it really has to be, but clearly Trump is targeting, in my opinion, he's targeting these truck drivers for some other things. It seems like to me. It would be as simple a change as a CDL or whatever re-enhancement. Okay, there you go. You're back.
I don't know what the hell happened. Donald Trump listening to our conversation.
So let's pull the plug.
So all I'm saying is, if you hire internally within your community and all this other stuff, and you're not going through the proper channels of employment, and you get pulled over, and your driver just so happened to not speak English because you didn't mandate them or require them to, that's on you.
Right. No, I got you. I hear you. I hear you.
Um,
We shall
See,
we shall see what happens.
the Obama era policy was to protect those, right? So that way they can still earn their money, pay their taxes, and the cops couldn't, use certain tactics that they used on black people during the 60s, 70s, and 50s, the earlier times against these
Right.
people who are coming over here seeking out was the quote unquote American dream. So what Donald Trump is doing is rolling that back, saying, "No, f that. You need to learn how to speak English." And honestly, now I'm not just talking about the Sikh people, the Chinese too. The Asians, they're on the road too, and they need to learn how to. Some of them motherfuckers, oh my god, they can't drive them damn. Oh my god, that's all I'm gonna say. Some of them cats can't drive for shit.
Well,
They drive
how
like
are
they're
they
in China.
how are they passing the CDL? Because I look at it like, okay,
They're probably paying somebody.
explain my example here in France, right? As somebody I had as an immigrant to this country, I had, coming from Georgia. Georgia is not a reciprocal state, right? But in the reciprocal states, all you literally have to do is to hand over and surrender your license, and you will get a license here in France. Coming from Georgia, it not being a reciprocal state, as part of it, I would have 12 months to get my license, right? And that would eliminate some of the testing. But I didn't get my license, so what I would have to do is I would have to take the exam, the written and the road test in French. So it's kind of like, it's going to be really difficult for you to pass that if you are not a basic proficient level, right? So
Correct.
I'm like, how are they passing it? How are they passing the road test signs? And you know what I'm trying to say? All those things.
Because not all of our signs, I know you could attest to this. The French stop sign is not the same as the U.S. stop sign. Although it might have stop on it, but it's
Exactly.
not the same. The yield
not the
sign
same.
is not the same.
The right
I
of
found
way
that
is
out in Japan. Correct.
the right. The right of way is
I drove in Japan, and it's different.
it is. They drive on aren't there cars on the driver, the steering wheel
Other
is on
side.
the other side. Right.
Everything's on the other side. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like it's ways that you can, implement without an executive order, that he could have implemented this if he would have cracked down on the trucking companies, right? Who are giving
Donald
the
Trump just think of something new. You know how some racists just think of something new racist thing to say?
Yeah, that's him.
That's,
He wakes up
Donald
and
Trump
thinks
has. That's him.
he wakes up and
Yeah.
thinks something new. Like, this is how I can get him.
He watches Fox News, hear what they got to tell him,
wakes up,
and then
thinking about it. I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm sure.
There's no thoughts that
let's
go
do
into his
this.
executive orders. And he needs, what? Donald Trump probably going to do executive order.
There is no
The
rhyme
standard-
or reason. It is just whatever.
No, his next executive order is going to be the standard way to write is with a crayon.
You got to be right-handed. He's gonna say, if you left-handed,
You
no.
Hey, aren't you a lefty?
It's gonna be a fine. It's gonna be a fine.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a fine. He gonna deport you.
Right.
Listen, he gonna send our black asses back to Africa, and I'm gonna be like, come on,
Africa,
go ahead, fund that excursion
Norwegian
back.
countries. Well, he's going to deport everybody that's left-handed.
He won't. He's not gonna send us back to Africa. He'll, like you said, he'll send us back to somewhere like Finland or
Yeah.
somewhere cold as hell. Like, wait a minute, this wasn't a part of the deal. You need to send me back to my origins. Can I get the Caribbean
Exactly.
at least? Right?
At
least at a
right?
minimum. Yeah, at a minimum.
He's not.
He's trying to send us
He's not
back to
going to do
Iceland. Greenland. That's why he want Greenland.
I want Greenland.
Him and JD.
But,
they want Greenland for that reason. They're trying to ship us back. Lord have
I think
mercy.
JD won Greenland so you can get somebody over there a hand job.
Oh Lord.
You seeing his wife? He look like he ain't touching. He ain't smashing his wife.
Well,
And if
you
he
know, a
is,
lot of
he giving her like 5 pokes.
five
She
pokes.
just
Five
looks
pokes.
she looks very unsatisfied in life with him.
Well, a lot of those Republicans are honestly. They talk one thing, but you know they tend to like same-sex relations.
Hmm.
There's a certain app, and I won't call the name, that every time there's a Republican gathering, it crashes.
Call the name.
So yeah, so you know, um, I would not be surprised. There might not be anything going on in that bedroom at night.
She got her toys. She dreaming about a black man.
Lord have mercy. I don't know. I don't know. But
She damn sure ain't thinking about. She damn sure ain't thinking about JD Vance ass. It's like Melania. She don't want Trump to touch him at all. She like, don't touch me.
and nobody has
Thank
seen
God.
Melania either. It's like,
Have you?
where is
No.
Melania?
Remember? Did you have the video with Godfrey talking about Melania being that was a Melania decoy?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Man, Godfrey's
No,
hilarious, man. He was like,
he's
so
funny.
there was a video of Donald Trump getting on the Marine One, right? Which is the
Hmm.
helicopter, okay? Um,
Right.
and he was walking with who was supposedly be Melania, and she allowed him to touch her. Remember, Melania don't allow Donald Trump to touch her at all, especially in public.
Yeah, she looks
So
like she
Godfrey
kind
was
of
like,
recoils. She recoils when he, she gets the
mm-hmm.
heebie-jeebies every time he touches her.
She cringes. She
Yeah,
cringes.
she does.
Maybe she needs to give him some sex because that's probably what the problem with him is. He ain't getting no sex from Melania.
That's not the problem. The problem is that ain't the problem. The problem is Donald Trump messed around on her when she was pregnant with Barron, and she probably ain't never forgot it. So she's like, "You ain't touching me again." They probably have birthday sex only once a year.
So who's smashing Melania? She can't go that long without getting no damn home dick now. Somebody's smashing her. Probably one of the CIA agents. Not CIA agents,
I don't know.
Secret Service agent.
I don't know about all that. I would be looking at it like, that's going to affect my divorce proceedings. So no, I'm not smashing nothing. It's going to be me and the Rose, okay?
Somebody smashing Melania. Somebody is smashing her. It might be Donald Jr. or Eric.
Oh God, please don't talk about the incest. But I mean, look,
that ain't incest. That's not their mama.
No,
it's not
too
their
close.
mother.
It's not their mom, but it's too close. It's a family member.
Too close. I wouldn't. Yeah, but I mean, Donald Trump talking about banging his daughter, so I wouldn't see it put it past them.
Those are.
I won't see them put it past them. I won't put it past them.
That is incest. I'm not putting anything past them either. But what I'm still saying is that's incest. I know it's not a direct link, but if
somebody got a direct line to them legs being open because she is not going that many years, no bullets and all that stuff. That many years is going to make her not want to have some damn penis unless she's having a lesbian relationship.
I mean, you can always resist. You can control your sexual urges. If it's a lot of money on the line, if it's money on the line,
what money? The man couldn't even pay his bill to New York City.
All I'm saying is, I bet you Melania. I bet you I'm gonna call her Malaria. I bet you Malaria and melanoma gonna get her money. Malaria, melanoma gonna get her money. How about that? She does not.
She's already getting money just being. She's getting paid being the first lady, and then they got companies. They got expenses, federal credit card that she has to use. So she has her own money now. This is 8 years of. She did 4 years already. Whatever the first lady wage is, right? She got paid that for 4 years. So I'm sure she's stocking up on that. Just a retreat, a getaway from Donald Trump money. Now she's getting this whole next term of, this whole getaway from Donald Trump money. and then whatever she has in the divorce decree, or the prenup or whatever, she's already at a rate where she can walk away probably with 20 mil. If you need more money, then you just sorry you suck of shit. I mean, she probably could walk away with 100 mil, but I'm just saying, like,
She deserves every penny. She deserves more than that. Listen, I'm not saying I'm trying to advocate
any
for her.
woman that lets Donald Trump touch her deserves every penny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually, don't get me wrong. I know exactly what melanoma is doing, right? So it's no sympathy. It's no sympathy on my end.
I don't feel sorry for her. I'm just saying somebody banging her. They banging in closets. They banging when when Donald Trump is. That's why think about it. Donald Trump hasn't took that many trips this year. Other than to where he go, Mar-a-Lago, huh?
Is he so what you saying he's monitoring her?
Yeah, he monitoring her.
Monitoring mesothelioma? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he's mesothelioma. Yes, he's monitoring mesothelioma of Trump.
I don't know.
Malaria Trump, yes.
Malaria now. I don't know.
He is monitoring her. He's trying to, and she's not, and she's slick with it. She's like, nope, I'm not going there. I'll see you when you get back. And then that's when she's having these wild sex parties.
They may have an open marriage. You never know. Maybe Trump getting it in too now. It could be open for both parties,
A narcissist could get it. Yeah, he's a narcissist, so he's gonna get it in with the Viagra he has, but he's not gonna get it in just like think about. Other than Marjorie Taylor Greene is the only one that openly want to fuck Trump.
You think Butch built Bad Body wants to get with him?
Bad built Butch Body.
Right. You think that's what's
Bleach
going on?
blonde, bad built Butch Body.
Right.
Say it again. Excuse me. Say what?
Bleach blonde. Right.
Bleach blonde, bad built Butch Body.
You think she really wants to get with him?
Yes. Yes.
That is how do we say it? That is a very hard F to take.
No, her part.
No, I'm saying on his part. I'm saying that's why I said Melanika is old.
Donald take it for the team, huh?
No, yeah, Melanika is old back pay for that. I hate to be able to say, she's owed a little bit of back pay. Because I just can't imagine that every night, Can't imagine it. I mean, no, we literally went from the Obamas, a couple that seems to be in love, and now I'm mad because
not seem. They love and respect each other.
I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with you. Well, I always say seem because we never know what's going on behind closed doors. They are very much in love, affectionate towards each other, and now you're hearing all this stuff with these conservative talk show hosts talking about where is Michelle Obama, who decided to not go to the inauguration. And we know a lot of this is lies. And you have the contrast.
Listen. You said conservative. Michelle Obama don't talk to conservative media.
I'm not saying she does.
When has she given an interview to Fox News?
She hasn't. What I'm saying is you've got conservative media like Tucker Carlson and some others who have questioned about the Obama's marriage. They've said that we haven't seen Michelle. And what I'm saying is y'all need to worry about, you need to worry about malaria over there because ain't nobody seen her since the inauguration.
Okay.
And she is the first lady. But instead, they are obsessed and focused on Forever Flotus when Forever Flotus said, look, I decided to not go to that inauguration. She sent Barack.
What she said, she decided. Well, I'm sure Barack didn't even want to go.
Yeah, he didn't want to go, but he probably has to go to say.
I don't think he doesn't have to go to anything. It's just a tradition to support. He doesn't. But it will look bad on the Democratic Party. He does a lot. He put country before anything else.
Well, he does. I don't
That's
see him
where
not
Barack
going.
went.
I don't see him not going. I don't see him saying no, he's not going to go. He's going to do the traditional thing. I'm glad that Michelle Obama was like, you know what? I'm not going. Barack, like, I'm not going. You go. I'll see you when you get home. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going. So the person that need to worry about isn't the Obamas. It's not the Obamas. It is
they saw each other because when you saw President Barack after the inauguration, he had a big ass smile on his face. They saw each other.
Who?
All interviews. President Obama. He saw Michelle. She made up for it.
Yeah, no, I get that part, but I'm saying her actually physically.
I'm joking. I'm just being silly, guys. I'm being silly.
Yeah. Yeah, she saw him all right. She was like, hey, Pres Boo. Hey,
Daddy.
Right. She saw him. She was like, hey, I saw you up there. I saw you at the inauguration. So yeah. But pretty interesting. But speaking of the president, speaking of that man that y'all elected the people elected, not you, people. When I say y'all, I'm saying other people elected to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Let's talk about this story and a young player and his invitation to the White House.
Said, I'm going to boycott this. Whose side are you on?
I think that it's not just political. What Donald Trump has done and is doing to Black history is unsavory and is undeniable. Donald Trump is deliberately trying to erase Black people's history for whatever quest. He's elevating Christopher Columbus again. So he deliberately is doing things to Black people that isn't just political. And any Black man that does it is going to obviously catch some level of heat. When a Black person does it, I can when it's a Black person, I can always tell what kind of Black person. I can always tell what they are.
Whoa, wait, what does that mean, Dia?
Saquon Barkley, he had a girlfriend that threw around the N-word a lot and said she wasn't a gold digger and she wasn't messing with no broke N-words. Like that kind of guy, indifferent to what Black people go through. It's just true. And I think I've noticed that to be consistent with a lot of Black people who show up. They have a shoe booty affect to them.
Well, suppose I did not know that about his girlfriend. I mean, I know who his girlfriend is, but yeah.
So to me, he seems like the type of guy who would do that and be indifferent to what's happening to Black people.
Can't you separate the honor from the person?
I think you can't squeeze honor out of the unhonorable. He's an unhonorable man who assaults Black people, insults our history on a daily basis. We're not talking about somebody that just we having a political disagreement. We're talking about somebody that's erasing Harriet Tubman and the Tuskegee Airmen and disbanding Black history. There is a reason that the Black men, the Black people who they have a certain affect about them, they have a certain way about them. They seem to be indifferent to what is happening to Black people and to not care about it. And I think he seeks them out. I think that just like water seeks its own level, those kind of men and women easily show up at these events, and they're great for camera fodder, and they all have the same affect about it. I'm not shocked that he dated a white girl that said the N-word, threw the N-word around. He looks like the kind of guy that would do it, and the kind of guy that would do that wouldn't care about what happened to Black people, and wouldn't think it's no big deal to go to a function where a dude assaults our history on a daily basis.
He didn't create this honor. This is a time-honored tradition.
He destroyed this honor. It's a time-honored tradition to have a peaceful transfer of power. It's a time-honored tradition to honor the Constitution. So let's Donald Trump, by any stretch of the imagination, it doesn't bear a semblance to any president we've ever had before. And now you're trying to act like he's presidential. And he is not.
Donald Trump, one of the things everybody says about him, and I know this somewhat to be true from personal experience back in the day, he listens to the last person in the room. And so I get it that you're probably not going to change a lot. But if you have the ability to, he reversed himself on tariffs because certain people quietly got in his ear. So if you're just out of the game, good luck to you for the next 4 years.
Yeah, do you really believe that somebody could change his perspective about the way he sees Black people? He hasn't apologized for the Central Pop 5 almost 40 years ago.
He doesn't apologize.
He has not apologized, and he keeps saying that. This is not conjecture. You can look it up. Donald Trump has a certain lack of respect for black people, and he demonstrates it all the time. And I think any black man who goes, or black woman who goes to see him, has an air of shoe bootiness around them. They do. It's not shocking. It's shocking to me that a dude who would go see Trump dated a white girl and threw the N-word around. It's not shocking to me. Just like you had the Republican congressman, it's not shocking. They look a certain way, they move a certain way, they act a certain way, and I think he senses that in there. There's a reason why the other people who didn't go.
You may not be able to change his POV, but maybe you can change a policy or two. And who cares about the honest inward feelings if it's really about what he does? INWARD.
I care very much that people are eroding black history and rolling us back to non-existent. I care that he's taking the protections away about the Voters' Rights Act. I care that he's erasing Harriet Tubman, Kiki Ehrman, and Jackie Robinson. I care that he's doing that. It's not a slight thing to me. And anybody who thinks it's a slight thing is probably as guilty of that as he is. Because you cannot dismiss, he is deliberately doing what he's doing to us. Deliberately. And any black dude who does it, there's a reason those other people didn't go, and there's a reason why a man like Saquon felt there was no big deal going. You can look at them; they look a certain way. They have a shoe booty air to them.
Woo!
Okay.
Preach it, DL. I don't always agree with DL Hughley.
DL went in. Shoe
but
booty.
He went in. He went in on that one.
He did. He did. He did. He went in. He's gotten some heat for going in. But he's from the perspective of, you've got Jalen Hurts, who declined an invitation, to Saquon, who seemed to be very happy to be there.
Mm.
And I think I might have got Saquon's name wrong. I put Saquon Sanders.
Saquon, you said it right. No, Saquon Barkley.
Barkley.
No, Barkley.
Okay, yeah. Barkley. I have Sanders in the ticker. So, yeah, sorry about that. But I guess I was thinking about Deion Sanders or whatever. But yeah. But
or Shador.
Shador.
Sure.
Shador. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, DL told us how he really felt about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's a certain look, certain behavior.
So now I got to watch that video. So the Philadelphia Eagles went to visit Donald Trump, I take it, and the black players didn't show up except for Saquon.
Jalen Hurts refused. He politely declined.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley, right, went, and definitely skinning and grinning, handshakes. The challenge that I have is that Trump uses everybody and everyone. So it's like you getting played. Young dude, young man, you getting played. You
can't tell him nothing. CTE already kicked in, so you can't tell him nothing.
I hope not. He's still young. I hope not.
Once again, I'm talking that shit.
I hope not. But it does make you want to wonder what's going on up in there, right? But
yes.
DL Hughley he roasted him.
As he should.
Yes.
As he should.
He spared no mercy.
No, he didn't. And like I said, as he should roast his little monkey ass. Yeah, that's not a good look for his brand. That's not a good look for his fan base. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of black Philadelphia Eagle fans start burning his jersey because of they already bought the jersey, so he already made money off of it, but just to say don't buy his jersey anymore.
We will not forget who supported Donald Trump. And I'm hoping that people are, and I'm saying this for everybody. I'm saying for the Lil Waynes. I'm saying this for the Killer Mikes. I'm saying this for the Snoop.
Hold on. Killer Mike does not support Donald Trump.
Okay, I'll take Killer Mike out, but Killer Mike has supported very conservative Georgia. You know who I'm talking about, who he has supported. The Georgia governor.
He supported Stacey Abrams. He supported, you got the wrong person, Tanisha. No,
not
Killer Mike.
No, I don't. Look it up. No, I don't. I promise you I don't. He has come out in support of, and I can't remember that man's name. Who is the governor of Georgia right now? Brian
Kemp.
Kemp. He has come out in support of some conservative policies. He has one image. I'm telling you, you look into it.
I'm going to look into it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. We are doing the show tomorrow. We got to give these people 4 shows. I know you're going to party tomorrow and all that stuff, but I'm sorry. We're working tomorrow, Tanisha. We're working tomorrow, Tanisha.
No, it's got to be early. As long as you do it early.
It'll be early.
It's got to be early.
No.
It's got to be early. It can be 6 a.m. your time. I don't care because it'll be noon my time, but it's got to be early. So.
Okay, we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. All right.
Yes,
so I guess that's the end of this show. We will see everybody tomorrow. Don't forget, stay black. Did you freeze?